Alright, so what's going on, guys? Your boy Kills. Today we're back for another video. Today we're actually be doing an anime review video. This is our second anime related video on the channel. I want to go ahead and start switching things up on my channel, moving things around, trying new things, and I thought, you know what? Let's do it with a big, massive titan of an anime. Today we're going to be, pun intended, today we're going to be going and actually reviewing a massive, very popular, very liked, very hated, controversial anime because some people love it, some people hate it, some people think it's overrated, some people think it's underrated. We're going to be talking about it because it's such an interesting anime that we have to just go ahead and give our opinion on. Before we start this video though, guys, I don't want to go ahead and make you guys feel like this is like some sort of hate video or praise video. This is coming from an unbiased standpoint. I was actually an Attack on Titan's hater up until recently, about a year ago when I started watching the series, and I must say it's good. I'm not going to go ahead and say it's the top 5 best animes of all time, but it's definitely a top 10. It definitely deserves its respect, and we're going to go through it, talk about the good, the bad, break it down a little bit. This series is more so intended for people that are looking to get into this anime, not really veterans of the anime that already love it. It is for you guys as well. You guys can go ahead and just listen and check out my opinion. This video is more so intended for you to just pop in some earbuds or listen to me while I'm like you're driving or whatever. It's just meant to sit back, relax, and hear out an opinion. So if you don't like it, it's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. These are all just thoughts that we can all go ahead and progress from and just talk about, even in the comments. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you leave a nice fat like down below. We're gonna do different animes. I like multiple animes, so we can go ahead and do Attack on Titans this week, and next week do a different one. We can do My Hero if you guys want. I don't care. You guys want Boku no Pico? I'll do it for you guys. If it gets me views, please give me views. Just kidding. We're not doing no Boku no Pico here. Like I said, I'm not trying to go to jail, okay? That is a no-no anime. But this isn't about that today, guys. We're going to go from a rubric all the way from the top to the bottom, talk about the good, the bad, like I said, and we're also going to go ahead and give our opinion at the very end, and if I recommend it to you guys, mostly for you guys that haven't watched it yet. I'm going to talk about the first episode just so that you have an idea of it. I definitely recommend you go watch the first episode, but what it is essentially is the main character being Eren. He's the main character. You could argue that Mikasa and Armin are also the main characters as well, as they're always with him. Mikasa being his step-sister, which later is explained, and obviously if you watch it, and then Armin being the friend. They all kind of have this relationship of siblings, which is great. Always fun little animes when you have a whole team of main characters, right? So what it comes down to is essentially a village that Eren lives in. It's surrounded by walls. Titan somehow break wall and Titan kill Eren's mom. Obviously, I'm trying to explain it very basically, right? Because I'm not trying to spoil too much, but I'll chill out. I'll explain a little better. So Eren basically sees his mom's death. We have the Survey Corps, which is the military of this whole universe, this whole world. And you go ahead and see them save Eren. In particular, there's this relationship that starts as a father type of relationship with Eren and the person that saved them. You go ahead and then experience Eren's whole mental breakdown, this whole sadness, obviously, this realization that he has to go ahead and do something about this. And what he does is decides to go ahead and join the Survey Corps, which is, again, the military, people that saved him and his sibling and friend, etc., etc. That's what happened. So with that being said, that's kind of what the rough idea is. You kind of follow Eren and his whole journey of trying to figure out what these titans are. They're titans, obviously. What they are, where they come from, and, basically trying to avenge his mother, which is a pretty interesting, plot in itself. I recommend watching it, boys and gals. So now that you have an idea about the actual anime, let's go ahead and talk about the actual sound of it, the intros, the music part of it. It's something that is important and is good to mention because a lot of people are actually fans of intros for animes. There's iconic ones like the Tokyo Ghoul one, they're like Naruto, Bluebird. There's multiple iconic songs, and this is no different. The very first intro for Attack on Titans is so iconic. Everyone knows about it. Everyone's heard it at least once if you're an anime fan. Same thing could go for Season 4, Part 1. That intro is freaking amazing, and I love it, okay? Again, this is coming from an hater of Attack on Titan. Season 1, Season 4 are amazing amazing god tier intros. When it comes down to season 2 and 3, I can see the enjoyment of season 3. It's okay. I would listen to it once maybe. Not as much as Unraveled, but maybe once, maybe twice if I'm feeling adventurous. Season 2, it kind of dropped the ball there. When it comes to the music and the whole entire show, though, I will say it's great as well throughout it to bring up, tense situations or, very dramatic situations. It's used very well as well. So when it comes down to it, my rating of the actual intros, I will go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. Only because season 2 and season 3 didn't live up to the other ones. A perfect score would be something for like Tokyo Ghoul, which just all the intros are god tier. But for Attack on Titans, we're going to go ahead and do a score of 9. Some people might argue that it's a 10, a complete 10, only a 10. That's all it deserves. I give it a 9, guys. Alright, now to get into the juicy stuff. When it comes down to animation, this anime is animated really, really well. Now, I'm not talking like fucking Demon Slayer or fucking Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Those animes are, I feel, animes that really go off of their animation. There's nothing really special to them. It's a typical shonen for them. And what really, really carries them, I feel, is their animation. But again, that's just my opinion. And that's a video for another time. We're not getting too much into that. But Attack on Titans has an animation that is good. It's good. I enjoy it. It's enjoyable. Yes, even season 4, even though it gets a lot of hate, you just need to get used to it. There's a lot of unique art styles which you need to get used to. I mean, there's multiple out there like Kill la Kill or, Devilman Crybaby. Very, very unique art styles, okay? And this isn't that bad. So I feel like the arts and animations for these are pretty well done and don't deserve any hate towards them. Just because season 4 is different doesn't mean it was bad. It's good. I like it. I enjoy it. When it comes down to it, it's a smooth animation. It's detailed. You can also go ahead and say that the art is unique and great. And it stays consistent throughout 4 seasons, which is great as well. There's no crazy thing like fucking Escanor versus, Meliodas, 7 Deadly Sins stuff where the animation just goes to shit. Or when it's like Naruto versus Pain and just goes completely trash. It's great. It stays consistent. It gets the job done. Let's move on. I give it a ranking of 10 out of 10. It's great, dude. It's normal. It's consistent. It's awesome. Let's move on. Alright, now to some other juicy stuff, okay? We're going to be talking about the characters. All the characters in this series are likable. They're great. They all are enjoyable. You can remember almost every character's name in the series, which is great, okay? There's animes that go ahead and introduce a character and you kind of just forget about them and, it's whatever, right? You don't really care about them. You're here for the main character. You're here for the potatoes and meat, right? But no, this is actually a thing where you're here for the potatoes and meat, you're here for the fucking macaroni, you're here for the Kool-Aid, you're here for the apple cider, you're here for the whole dang thing, right? So that's what's great about this series. I enjoy it. Every character has their own part in kind of progressing the story even more. When you're introduced to someone, it's not a useless character. When you're introduced to a new villain or whatever it is, they all kind of like play off to each other to a better story, which is great. I like the characters' designs. Every design is awesome, from the Titans to Eren as the main character. As the changes happen as well, I freaking love that, okay? There's changes in characters. It's not like Ash from Pokemon, who's still 10 years old, literally like 20 years after, The series has been going for 20 years and there's no change. In this anime, though, you really get to see the characters evolve from emotion, from moralities, from their mindset, everything. You get to see a change in their way of being as they grow and experience all these experiences. So the plot, right? A lot of people don't like plots that are in the past. Kind of a turn-off. They feel like it's going to be boring. My experience with them, they're great. And Attack on Titan is no exception. They're great as well. I enjoy it. I feel like it flows really well. It's not an anime that you go ahead and get bored. I will say you will have to get through the first 3 episodes, but that's just character development and having to understand the plot and the premise and what's going on. It is a little slow in the first few episodes of season 1, but once you get past that, it's not bad at all, okay? You will enjoy it. It's not a boring anime. You will stay consistent wanting to watch a new episode every single day. Might even binge the whole first 3 seasons the first day. That's how insanely good it gets, right? And on top of that, this anime really does shift from a type of kill titans to a political aspect in a way, morality, like, you know, controversy, like all this crazy stuff that happens throughout the series. It really changes the plot and everything in general to make it this new anime in a way, which in a way keeps everything refreshed. It's very weird, but good, and it's hard to explain. So the best way to explain it is go watch it, dude. Alright guys, so we're coming to the end, right? I'm going to go ahead and give some opinions of my personal feelings in which I think is good and I think is bad. We're going to go ahead and start off with the bad. And then after all this, we're going to go ahead and just give it an overall rating and what I think it is. And we'll call it a video, man. So we're going to go ahead and just go straight to it. I think the anime is great. I think the thing it does real well is, like I said, the characters. I think the characters are well put. I think the story is well put and original. I think the animation is unique, especially when it comes to season 4. I think the fight scenes are incredible. I think that the actual transformation scenes are great as well. The plot twist, the psychological aspect, all that stuff is great. I love that, right? That is the whole positive side of it. I enjoy that. Even though I do enjoy the anime, there are some stuff that I don't like. There are parts in the series in which I find extremely predictable. It could just be me being a 23-year-old adult now. And the series did come out like in 2013, 2014. Don't quote me on that. Around there, right? Around there. It's been a while. So maybe back then, if you were watching anime, it was less predictable. Maybe you were younger, it was less predictable. But for me, as an adult watching it now, it was very, very predictable. I don't know how people didn't see certain things coming throughout the series. There are some things that are in there that are pretty cool as well, which I forgot to mention in the pros list, is that there's Easter eggs. So if you're a fan of Easter eggs, keep your eyes peeled throughout the series. You will find things and you're like, oh shoot, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I did not notice that little Easter egg there. So go ahead and watch that as well. But going back to the cons, there's also parts in the anime that are a little inconsistent in the sense of like, who's the main character and who is this about? I feel like the actual anime sometimes, and the manga as well, sometimes go off topic in the sense of like, you forget who the main character is sometimes. You're like, wait, is Eren the main character? Is Armin the main character? Wait, is Mikasa the main character? You don't know sometimes because it kind of shifts you a lot. Some people can see that as a positive thing as it keeps the series unique, but some people see it as a, you know, as a bad thing. And I kind of see it as a bad thing because sometimes I forget who the main character is. Again, trying really hard not to spoil anything. But when it comes down to it, I think the anime is a really solid anime. I feel like there's more pros than there is cons. And I can't wait for season 4 part 2, which will be great, and it will be in 2023. We might have to go ahead and do a review on that as well in the future. But for now, I will leave you guys with my overall rating. I think that this series is definitely a 9. Nah, I'm playing. It's a 10 out of 10. I think it's a 10 out of 10, right? Despite there being some flaws, the series is great. The action scenes are great. The transformations, the plot twists, and the psychological aspects are very, very praisable. So I give it a 10 out of 10. For newer viewers, do I recommend it? Yeah, go ahead and watch it. It's a nice series that you should definitely experience and then maybe get for your opinion on it. You shouldn't just go blatantly hating on the series without even watching it. It's my typical rule. But if you guys have watched it and still don't like it, I can see why you don't like it. It's great though. I personally have it in my top 10. Not top 5, does not reach my top 5, sad. With that being said though guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed my take and my review on this anime. It has been fun talking about this. If you guys have any recommendations for any other types of animes, it could be shonen, love animes, it could be anything really. Recommend me some animes. I might have to do My Hero next. I kind of have some stuff to talk about that. Let's get some stuff off my chest, but you guys can let me know what I should do. With that being said, hopefully you guys have an amazing day. It's been your boy Kills, and I'm out.